Hello everyone! So this is the second part of the endurance race I've done in April, and it was organized by $1 Ranch. I think in the first video I said it was in March, but I'm pretty sure it was the second April. So yeah, I'll try to figure it out for the third part. So yeah, this is a little story of me commenting over videos I've taken during the endurance race $1 Ranch organized. So yeah, I've participated with my horse Speck. Is a 9 years old Akhal Teke stallion. I have him for 2 years now. He was originally trained to be an endurance horse to race in advanced and expert level, and is actually still is. I'm competing him in advanced endurance race levels, but yeah, he still has that kind of training. So this is very exciting for me and him. This is really cool. So yeah, and I have a partner. Her name is Tina. We didn't know each other before the race, but has been really nice racing with her. She had her mare at that point. Her mare was Kiri, and she was going to change horses at Valentine because she had a second horse, or like a reserved horse, in case she wanted to switch, and she planned to switch at Valentine, so her horse was there waiting for her. So yeah, at that point we have done the first part of the endurance race. It was from McFarlanes to Strawberry. So yeah, it went pretty well, except for Kiri that was started in fight with every bridges she encountered. But yeah, except for that, it was okay. Especially because this one is quite a non-competitive endurance race, just here to like open the season and check how you're starting your season. So yeah, it's quite competitive free. Where we are at that point in the video, we were going, and I told Tina to get down as we were crossing the city because the city was still packed. I don't know if you remember, but from the first video, when we arrived, we had a lot of horses and riders around because yeah, in the first part, as I said before, we always see a lot of participants, and then the more you're going, the less you're seeing participants around. But that's what it is. People are putting time, between each other, so that's absolutely normal. We all have kind of different gaits and speeds. So yeah, we planned to go around 3:30. It was pretty early, but we had a lot of work to do. The second checkpoint was at Valentine. It was not far, and it's where Tina was going to switch horses. But then the third checkpoint is at Van Horn. So ideally, we had planned that we could go like in one day to Van Horn, which now I'm saying it and it sounds ridiculous. Really remember saying to myself, oh, that would be so cool if we could arrive to Van Horn like at the end of this day. But that sounds very hard to do because Strawberry and Van Horn are quite opposite, especially if you had to go through Valentine, a specific road that kind of made us climb everywhere. So yeah, but don't worry, I came back to reality real fast. The main objective was to go in Valentine and at least go a bit further up towards Van Horn before nighttime. And that was the best case scenario, because if the horses got tired or everything, the plan would have been altered. We'd probably have stopped in Valentine and took our time. That day, and like seeing the images, I completely remember Speck being awesome and super responsive, offering beautiful like extended shot, covering a lot of track, motivating Kiri behind him. I was really awesome. At that point, we slowed down a bit because it was a bit narrow and we had a team right behind us. We let them pass at the end of the narrow passage, and look at them, they looked awesome. I really liked how the leader is like taking the lead and covering the track, and you have the two behind motivating each other. they really look cool. Speck got a bit like motivated, but a bit over motivated by their energy. I completely understand. They look awesome, and I really wanted to follow them, but I needed Speck to respect his rhythm and what we were planning to do. So yeah. Here Tina got down to let Kiri pass the bridge safely and without any stress. So yeah, at that point of the race we were just going for the bridges leading, and that was perfect because it reassured a lot of Kiri and it allowed us to have more control over the situation. Arriving at Valentine, Speck was so happy. He was like, "Oh, it's home!" So we had a little gallop to the finish line. It was really cool. So that was our second checkpoint, and we were really happy. And we saw all the teams too, the yellow team and the blue team. It was so cool to see them all. I was really happy to see all the teams. I was also very excited to meet Tina's second horse that she chosen for the other part of the race. So yeah, we were kind of midway, I think, at that point, around midway. I gave Speck a snack, then I met Tina's new horse Jaina, and then we were back on the road.
So here, I really wanted to kind of explain what happened here. So I asked the blue team to let me pass because Speck had a bigger gate than them, and I didn't want to stop him in his course because he had such a beautiful extended shot and he was grabbing the floor and he just went that steep hill like a champ, and that is so rewarding for me to see my horse just going there and grabbing the floor and just going uphill like it's nothing. I was so proud of him for that. He was exceptional when he went up that hill. And it doesn't seem like much, but everybody took that hill quite slowly because it was a big effort. But Speck went on there like it was nothing, and I was so happy about this. And after that, we went to a little lake and I let him drink a bit and we cooled them off. It's really important when you're doing an endurance race to go to water points to offer your horses some cool down and be sure like their body temperature is going down too, so like that they can continue the race while being more comfortable with their body and their body temperature. So yeah, that was amazing. And then we went back on the mountains and Speck continuing to be absolutely amazing. It was a blast riding him. It just felt like nothing was complicated and everything was easy. I think it's a very special feeling to be on a horse and be like, wow, this horse is strong and he has a lot of endurance, and we worked super hard for that. And now I'm there and I am with him and I'm accompanying him through that, and it's going amazing. And I felt so strong going up on all these hills like it was nothing. It was a very special feeling. at that point, we decided to slow down. The horses have given a lot of energy and efforts on that race, and it was going down and narrow. And listen to what that dude said.
That horse looks like a fine traveling companion.
Isn't he the perfect, cutest stranger? We discussed a bit with him afterwards, and we explained to him that we were doing the endurance race, and he has heard about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I saw multiple Tims while I was on the road. That's so cool, and your horse is like the beautiful horse I've seen on the road today." And yeah, continue like that. It was very encouraging. So that was really cute of him. At that point, we were still deciding what we were going to do for the nighttime because the sun was going down. We were not going to ask the horses to do bigger efforts than they already did today. You know, we went from Strawberry to Valentine to that big lake. And yeah, so it felt like we had to take a decision of what we were going to do. Were we going to go to Arnsberg or were we going to stop? Then I look at my clock. It was nearly 8 p.m. So I said to Tina, "Hey, you know what? Let's not continue. I know other teams are continuing, but I feel it would be more safe if we stopped and camped there, especially since there's a lake here." And there was also a little house that I saw from up top of the mountain. So I was like, "Hey, let's try to camp near the little house." We asked the man if we could camp there, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, just don't film the inside of my house, but you can camp there. You can install your horse close to the lake, so like that you can cool them down and offer them water." He also offered us some buckets to put the water in to give to our horses. So that was really sweet because our horses are more used to drink from a bucket than from a lake. So that was really appreciated. So that was our camp spot. I think we made a good job. The horses with a cooling blanket. Here you can see a bit more what I'm traveling with. So you have my feeding feed bag where there was all the feed for the multiple days of traveling, and empty feed bags to feed the horses with, which are really light to travel with. I really recommend if you're going an endurance race to always take something that is light. Tina had her tent and she put our saddles in her tent. I really appreciate it because if it was raining, I really prefer that my saddle is safe and out of the rain. And yeah, we took care of the horses, made sure they were comfortable. Speck looked a bit more tired than the first day, but that's normal. And then we ate around the fire and we had an amazing night. We took turns to be sure the horses were comfortable, and everything went super well during the night. So yeah, that was our day 2. I was super proud. I was over the moon with Speck performances of the day. It was amazing. And I guess the video of day 3 and then the video of day 4 will be out soon, so stay tuned. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.